Alright, so another video, another tractor. So this is one that I just bought. It came all the way from Kentucky to here to Florida. So I had to pull a few favors to have that happen because none of these are down south. Apparently nobody down south bought something like this. But what you're looking at is a John Deere X595 garden tractor. And it's hard to call it a garden tractor when it's parked right next to a subcompact. And it's like the exact same size or a little bit bigger. So it's four-wheel drive. And this particular one has a diesel. 24 horse Yanmar. My parents actually owned one identical to this, except it was the 585, which had a Kawasaki V-twin gas engine. And theirs had a loader, mower deck, basically all the add-ons that you could get for it. They bought it brand new. Theirs was a 03, and this is an 02. The plan is for this is I'm going to either find or have a front-end loader built for it. And it'll also be a mower because it has this gigantic 62-inch mower deck that I just can't get over on how absolutely massive it is. I mean, this is a big tractor, and this deck looks huge on it. I mean, it sticks over the side a lot. And it sticks over this side a lot. And basically, it's going to replace that because that thing is a piece of junk. So it's going to replace it in both the loader department, and it's also going to have a mower deck that's going to be easy to take on and off. One thing with it that is a little interesting is the 3-point hitch, which is an option, and you could actually get an optional PTO too. But this one doesn't have the PTO, just has a 3-point. And apparently, you could get it in a Category 0 or Category 1. Because the one that my parents had was a Category 1. And this is a Category 0. And I don't have any attachments that fit this. I do still have a weight box that would fit the Category 1. But it doesn't fit this because these holes are... You can see they're very small. You compare that to this one. Well, you can see already that that looks much bigger. And not only is that hole bigger, but these arms are quite a bit thicker. So, that's a little weird why they would make two different sizes of 3-points on the same machine. Hydro. So, forward and back with a pedal. No stupid high and low range to constantly shift back and forth like that thing has. Which gets very annoying when you use the loader because the thing is completely useless in high range, and you pretty much got to put it in low to do anything. So, not having to switch gears all the time is kind of nice. Like, if I would have wanted a gear shift, I would have bought a gear shift, but whatever. So these two levers here operate. This one currently operates the deck up and down, and it also moves the 3-point at the same time. So if you want to use the 3-point hitch while your deck is still on here, you raise the deck all the way up, and you set this up all the way, and then it won't drop down with the 3-point. And then when you have a loader on here, loader or snowblower or dozer blade, any kind of front attachment, there's some kind of valve that's someplace around here. You're supposed to pull that, and then it makes that hydraulic cylinder that's somewhere in the middle of the machine that raises the deck up and down not move. It switches it to this. So you can still use these two levers. So for the loader, my plan is to leave these levers be and just splice into the existing hydraulics and just have a separate valve connected right to the side of the loader, just like this has. So then that way the deck can stay on it. You can raise the deck up and down, operate the 3-point and the loader all at the same time like a normal tractor would be. Parking brake is a little interesting because you got to push the brake pedal down and then try to pull up on this plastic piece, and then when you disengage it, you got to push it down and then somehow push down on this plastic piece. It's got this cruise control that I'm not entirely sure how that works, but I'll figure it out. And then this is how you engage the deck, which this picture is no idea what I'm looking at, but it's like a piece of paper getting folded over. That's kind of weird. So So, has differential lock, headlights that do work, and it is missing a headlight lens, or the cover, but I found them online for like 12 bucks, so that's not a huge deal. And then this rear light here, it's like falling out, so when I go through this thing, I'll fix that. And then here's another thing that's neat. You turn this switch to that, you also get lights lighting up in the back. So if you're just driving around, you can just have it on option 1, which just gives you the rear lights, or option 2 gives you headlights and almost like looks like reverse lights. Shut the key off. So mower deck, 62-inch deck. Somebody before I got it, apparently they had these wheels all the way down, like as far as they could go, and this one was actually turned sideways, kind of like this, which made this gigantic 1-inch shaft get bent because they would have been just plowing their yard with it. So either got to bend this back, replace it, or do something, or just not have it on there, because there's a lot of things that don't have wheels on the deck at all. The dealer I got it from did put new blades on the deck, so that's kind of cool. Somebody apparently had this tire off at one point because they put it on backwards, because you see how the dished part of the rim is facing out. And on this side, it's the opposite. And the valve stem is on the outside here. And here, it's on the inside. So, somebody messed with that. Has a very nice brand new seat. Tilt steering wheel. So, fancy. It has, for hours, very high hours actually. This is a 2002 with 1,196.4, which I guess for this engine, if it's cared for really good, is actually nothing for it. So I'm gonna start it up. So yeah, that's how it runs. Another thing I forgot to mention is it has power steering, but that's probably expected for something this big. So yeah, that's the newest find. I'm going to have a video up soon on them customs, and sometime eventually of something to do with a loader for it. So yeah, thanks for watching.